Watch out. I don't want to get you.
Because you just got one in the mail, right? You just got a brand new one so you could compare. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Jerry got a brand new Mighty just to make sure that his MightyPlus comparison would be accurate with a fresh out of the box Mighty OG, because his Mighty is older.
Comes with a loader, comes with a grinder.
Okay.
Comes with the dosing capsule that the other one does, and it comes with the concentrate pad. Those are all the things that the MightyPlus does not come with, that the current Mighty does come with.
Okay, so you actually get a lot with the Mighty, and not so much with the MightyPlus.
The Mighty's a complete package, and the MightyPlus, look, you can vape nuggets in the Mighty. I love doing it. So you don't have to have a grinder, but everybody's gonna get a grinder. So they do make you. That is an extra purchase or an extra acquisition, or maybe it's an extra landfill item you didn't want anyhow. I don't know, but anyhow,
true. That's very true.
It's a difference.
All right, so now here with the Mighty OG next to the MightyPlus, what are the differences? We got some differences now.
Sure, I mean cosmetic, obviously. Buttons and the grooves the ribs are a little different. Different ribbing.
Yep.
I read someone online say that they liked the new ribbing better because it's easier to grip, because you have little indentions for your fingers, whereas the older one, not so. So I see that. You can kind of grab onto it.
I could see there is more things to grip onto. It changes the feel of it a little bit. Like the old one feels more like a flask. I mean, it still feels like a flask. It doesn't take away that flask shape and feel.
Right.
But it does give it a little more of I don't know, like mechanical. Like there's 3 individual components connected here. Like I don't know. I guess I see it like an engineering standpoint.
Totally.
Like now, I don't know. As somebody who breaks things and takes things apart, I wanna flex and see how much power it takes to break that housing. But I don't want to do that because it's my vape. You know what I mean?
Yep.
MightyPlus has feet now. Chargers on the opposite side. So the old Mighty takes the 12 volts, 3 amp wall charger, and the MightyPlus takes a USB-C. Sorry, wrong hand. And then on the opposite sides, since the button changed, MightyPlus button.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that until I pointed it out.
For the most part, though, same shit. I'll tell you right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right. I need to change the view to get you back in here anyway. While you were in the Mighty box, the Mighty OG box, did it come with more than just the tiny little cooling unit O-ring as a replacement? Did it come with like the big fat one? Yeah. So the MightyPlus only comes with the tiny little O-ring for the cooling unit. It doesn't come with the big band,
right?
Which is probably the second most replaced one, if not the first. Like I've had those little bitty ones last a long ass time, and I've had to replace the big ones because they get like stretched out. Like it gets so stretchy that the cooling unit doesn't go back together. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I wonder why that one does more so than the other.
Yeah. So it's interesting that they only include the small one, and then they include 3 of them.
Right? It's like, what do we got around here? We only got this one O-ring, dude. Well, fucking then you can't give him just one. Fucking 3 or 5. We'll go with 3. Do the math.
I've never had to replace the big one, so I'm not mad about them not sending an extra big one.
Right.
I've never had to replace it. I rarely even clean it. Like I rarely even take that shit off to clean it. So like, but the ones in the cooling unit, like that big one, needs to get cleaned, needs to be maintained, and it does get stretchy. So
for fucking sure, man. So you're gonna get one of those. You have to buy one of those. So there are some things that if you're a heavy user,
oh my fucking god,
you might need a couple things, some O-rings and stuff, grinder. It depends on how anal you are, if you want the loading tool or not. I never used their loading tool. I'm drawn to this one. I don't know why. I guess it's just so easy to just fucking chunk whatever I want in there, whereas the other one, it's got to go in and scoop you around and
Sure.
all little parts. But fucking Mike's is great, man. I like it a lot. So
Yeah, well, you saw how dirty mine was. Like, mine's not nice. Mine's... You were talking about anal. Mine looks like anal.
you got some dirt going on there, baby.
Dick. Here we go. Pretty dark in there. But yeah, my cavity around there, like where the cooling unit locks in, tends to get a little crumbly. I get a little messy. I use doob tubes a lot, and I don't use capsules. So, yeah, but I'm okay with it. I'm comfortable, and that's my level of device suffering. Like, that's just what I expect my device to suffer through.
Right.
It's made for it's made for that.
This right here is the last difference I can think of that it's time to show when we're doing this particular, piece is what's new. It's not really a versus so much, I guess. Actually, no, this is probably more for the verses than the new.
Well, we're in the verses already.
We are? Okay, then, fuck, is this the one we're looking at? So, I'd like for it to focus. We'll see if it does. And I'm not sure if you're going to notice a difference. But, can you...
heat up times. Yeah, keep yours going.
No, not the heat up times.
Well,
can you see the screen difference at all? There we go. Can you see any differences in the screens? Brightness, just the brightness.
Maybe the MightyPlus has a little more contrast. Like the black background and the lit up numbers. There's a little more contrast to them.
Piece of shit's not fuck it.
But look, don't touch anything, because look how much faster the MightyPlus is heating up.
Yeah, it heats up about I would say 30 to 40% faster, man.
Yeah.
Like 30 seconds on the front end and fucking 60 to 70 on the back end if you're really jacking it up.
Oh, yeah. Shit, really? Okay. In my test, I counted 30 seconds, but I think my temps were at like 370 or something like that.
I'd have to check. I'll pull up my spreadsheet, but because I don't want to say it wrong, but you might be right. There, just got to the same 356.
Hit them, Jerry. Hit them both.
Oh, they're empty, and these are my brand new Mighties that I'm just comparing that kind of shit.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to see screen to screen Mighty versus MightyPlus right out of the box. Did they fucking do anything to the screen? And they did. It's just a tiny bit brighter, but it's unmistakable. I have multiple devices to compare them to. So
yeah, Vaporizer Wizard was saying that he noticed his screen was a lot better than the old one as well. So
I think it'll still fade, but it's definitely I do think it's a little brighter, but it may end up fading over time, or if you get it in the sun or something. Whatever that problem is, it's probably still there. But otherwise, I think might be a little brighter. Regardless, I could see it from any direction in the sun. Had no problem reading it outside and all that kind of shit. So it was fucking dope. So
dude, the chat is going so fast that I can't even fucking read a single word of it.
All right, so
it's nuts.
We're going to talk about the Vapor, right? Is that what we're going to get into here first for the verses?
Yeah, let's do some Vapor comparison. I've already noticed. Well, actually, no, I haven't noticed, but just in doing side by side bowls, every time I load my old Mighty, I look at all the scratches in the bowl.
Yeah.
And I start to watch the ceramic, and I'm really hopeful on the ceramic. That's how I'm gonna just describe it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had any issues with my Volcano bowl, but I don't use my Volcano at the level that I use my Mighty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Volcano comes out couple times a month, maybe. And the Mighty gets used several times a day.
Right. Well, you know, I'm on my third charge with this MightyPlus. Not a ton of use. I see no signs of anything on the bowl, but I haven't used a dosing capsule. And there are some people online who said, hey, dosing capsules are fucking up my stuff. I grabbed that filling chamber on that hybrid right there has the reducing chamber in it. And that's the one that I used daily multiple times for months. And I pulled it out today and took a real good look, and I saw no degradation. And I have used the dosing capsules in them. So personally, I don't fear what the capsules are going to do to this. I don't see really what they could do to it. They're nice and smooth. If you've got one that's jagged and you're ramming it in there
Yeah, dude. I've seen people use some pretty fucked up capsules.
They are.
Like, where they get, like, kinked, and then they, like, you know, like, it's like they stomped on them, like, accidentally. And then they're like, oh, I can bend this back into shape. And they successfully bend it back into shape, but now it's all fucking fucked up. I don't know what happens, man, but some people do some shit.
That shit worked with the old stainless steel ones, you know, but with these ceramic ones, yeah, you can't fuck up your dosing capsule and get a scratchy thing and put it in there. You use a normal dosing capsule, you're not gonna have any problems.
The old
it doesn't
bowl
have to be a
is
new one.
aluminum.
Mine are not new; they're old.
No, the bowl, not the capsule.
Right, exactly. Sorry. All right, so we're loading up a couple Mighties here.
I'm loading the Mighty
MightyPlus.
and the MightyPlus for a side by side.
All right, let's see if you and I notice any differences.
Brilliant Cut Grinder, proud sponsor of the Troy and Jerry Show.
Please.
Available in 11 different colors,
Please.
2 different sizes, 3 different grind consistencies. One of the best grinders on the market, if not the best. I say it's the best, but I don't want to speak for everybody. Look, I can turn it with one finger, and I can open it with one hand.
I'll just speak for myself, man. If you're not using a Brilliant Cut, are you even grinding? I don't know what you're doing.
It's a pretty amazing grinder.
It's dope.
Okay, so you did a heat up
ready?
test, and your MightyPlus heated up faster, so we don't need to do any more heat up tests. I want to talk about the interface addition, like what the MightyPlus brings from the Crafty Plus, because that's something we can't really show you as a feature.
The
But
interface?
the interface. So now when you turn the MightyPlus on, by default, out of the box, it starts at 358. And rather than fucking with it, I've completely adapted to its native temps. So I've been vaping at 358 until, like 1 or 2 hits, and then I'll double tap and it'll go up to 385 or whatever it is, and I'll take a 3 or 4 hits, and then I'll triple tap and it'll go to 410. So it's brought me back to temp stepping with its native button interface.
Love that.
I love it too. I've been getting so much more out of my weed because I vape my weed longer, and I feel like I get higher, even though it takes me a little longer to get there. But it's in that sweet spot, 358. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I first stumbled onto this with the Crafty. The original Crafty just came in at 356 and then up to 383 with the boost. And then you had to break out the app to get to 410. Pissed me off because I'm not going to finish my shit at 383. And so when they got the Crafty Plus, they did that shit right and I loved it. It went 356 to 383 and then a triple click to get you to 410, which is the top temp. So you never really needed the app. And after I tested the app and used it, I just buzzed here and I'm still waiting on this. I never use it again, and I just stick with those stock temps. So with the Mighty, the single boost is cool, but when it comes out of the box at 356 and 383, it was the same problem. This one works just like the Crafty. Double click to the second one and triple click to the top 410. Or if you have a different temp, it'll just do 27 degrees each step. It doesn't, it's not anchored to 383 and 410. It's anchored to 27.
Oh, okay.
But then it'll top at 410. It won't go above that. So, regardless, bottom line is Mighty Plus now works like the Crafty Plus. The Crafty Plus, yeah, on the double triple click, and it works great. I fucking love it.
Yeah, and so I think it took 4 hits, maybe 5 hits, and my gelato lost its sugary taste. So I'm gonna do double. Now it's going to 385. I like that it brought me back to temp stepping. I like that it brought it back. Because
Made it easy.
Yeah, like with the Mighty, it was always easy, like, you know, with the up and down. But it got to be a little tiresome sometimes. You know, especially on reloads, like if I vape 2 bowls in a row, you know, then it's like, oh shit, you drop it down and then passing it around with people. Like sometimes, like if there's 5 people in the circle, like 3 people may get a dead hit before I catch it, and like, oh shit, it needs to be raised up because it's a dead bull right now or whatever, you know, because sometimes people don't know. But yeah, this is delicious.
I'm hitting both of mine on Mighty time. So I didn't hit my Mighty Plus till my Mighty warmed up. So I wanted to see how they both do with that.
You didn't hit your Mighty Plus till your Mighty warmed up. What?
Yeah. Like, I want to know if the Mighty Plus first hit is better if you wait until it heats up as long as the Mighty did.
Okay. And what do you figure out?
I thought it was a better hit. So now I need to go back and go Mighty Plus time to Mighty time, which I've done actually many times. I already know what I think of that. So they were pretty similar. So
I was waiting for that to like end with a rhyme because it sounded like a fucking song with the Mighty time and the Mighty Plus time and the Mighty time.
I'm missing opportunities left and right, my man.
Yeah, you were just like spitting the Yellow Wolf style.
When I go there, though, I might have some good rhythm. I think I am, man. Some time. I'll have some rhythm and time to go with that rhyme.
Nailed it. Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're great. I love these vapes, man. So differences, we mentioned the screen, the charging. We're talking about the vapor now. So, all right, Troy, did you notice any difference in your testing in the vapor? What did you perceive?
Man. Yeah, but no. It's
Okay,
weird.
Go ahead.
It's. I feel like the ceramic changes something with the thermo, and it maybe make it so it's like my bowl is like a little less toasty. Like when I dump like my ABV, but it doesn't like show. It's just something that I taste and I feel in the vapor. You know, it's not that it's softer, because when I hit it as hard as I hit my Mighty, it actually hits me harder. You know, I can't overpower it. I can't make it show any weaknesses. But maybe it's just like a really subtle thing in like the first part of a small hit. I don't know. I think
It's hard to discern.
It's hard. The differences between the ceramic bowl and the aluminum bowl are pretty subtle, and they're probably gonna reflect differently depending on how you use it. You know, like the way I use it, it may only show in like a certain part of a certain bell curve or whatever, but depending on how you hit it or whatever, how you pack it, maybe there are ways to highlight these differences. So more testing will be needed to figure out how these materials really stack up against each other. Yeah, but yeah, I can't say one way or another that it hits harder or softer. To me, it's like in a blind taste test. I can only tell the difference because my Mighty is dirty and abused. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, I'm kind of with you. I think that the differences are subtle. I think that these vapes are 95% similar, probably, in terms of vapor. And I think that there are going to be some people who detect some differences and have some opinions, and they're going to be different. Like, not everybody's going to come across the same thing. So, since I think that's going to happen, I'm going to go ahead and give you mine. And that is that when I hit I have my old Mighty and my MightyPlus here. My new Mighty, the Mighty that I use, okay, for the last year is my newer Mighty. And I haven't used it a ton. The back still looks really nice. You know, it hasn't been beat up. It's been taken care of. So, but it's dirty because, you know, I leave shit on the shelf with shit in it. So, you know, that's going to happen. But anyhow, basically, I like to see if there's a difference in airflow. So the way I do it is I just make sure there's nothing in either vape and, you know, they're off. And I just fucking hit them and see if I can tell the difference in any, you know, back pressure. You know, how does it feel in my lungs? How much can I get? How does it feel? And guys like Troy and I have been doing this so long, we can kind of detect some pretty subtle shit. I've even got some stuff here I've measured with. I know Troy has too. So it's like we're not just your average doe fucking with it, but we're not fucking scientists. But the point is, we can detect these things a little bit. And I had to switch the cooling units to make sure. But what I felt like was that the MightyPlus. It didn't necessarily have more airflow. It had an easier airflow, and I could just easier hit it. It was an easier hit, but it was still about the same amount, maybe just a little bit more, but not much. So then I thought, okay, that's when they're empty. Let's pack them and try. And when I packed them and tried, it was clear that I could tell a difference, and it felt like the MightyPlus was a little cooler, and again just a little easier to pull. So I said, what the fuck? And I packed a new one and ran and got my wife, and I said, I had my eyes closed, and I said, here, mix them up and give them to me, and I'm gonna pick which one's the MightyPlus. And she kept mixing them, giving to me, and 5 out of 5, I picked the MightyPlus. I was like, God damn, I can just tell the difference.
They were empty?
So then no, this is during a bowl. So then I went and grabbed those two motherfuckers that are brand spanking new, never had a bowl in them.
And you didn't have them in your hand? Like she put them in your mouth?
No. She would give them to me like I was up here. I didn't know what they felt like. I didn't even think about how they felt. That's interesting.
You didn't think about how they felt?
No, because listen, then when I got that really never, well, they're different, but that didn't, because for me it was all about the vapor. I could tell that I could feel it both. And then I grabbed those, but you're right. I'm not arguing with you, Troy. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying that for me it was all about the vapor. And then I grabbed those cold and empty and did the same thing and got those right. So then I came back to the crafty. And I went back and said, let's see if I can do it with the crafty. And I whiffed on 2 out of 3. I was like, what the fuck, man? So I got pissed off and like, well, what the fuck's going on? So that's why I'm saying I thought I detected something, but I don't think it means anything. And I think people are gonna have different experiences and go, what the fuck? And sure as shit, you may have just noticed something that I subconsciously picked on, but didn't in my head. Because in my head, it was I literally wouldn't focus on that at all. I didn't even think about it. But maybe I didn't know it. So now I gotta go. I'm gonna go back and do it like you said. I'm gonna have her. I'm glad you said that, bro. I got to take that variable out. So I'm gonna have her do that because the crafties are the same. I don't.
Yeah, you gotta be blindfolded, and then you gotta have your hands off.
Dude, I hope you've figured it out, because here's the deal.
I do shit like this at my desk. Like I'll use.
Oh, I want to see his technique, man. This will be dope if you guys got a way to fool himself.
Fucking lazy Susans.
Oh, and you knock him over when you're trying to grab him? Do you knock him over when you're trying to grab him, or how
Yeah,
does that work?
I'll sit here and flap around on the desk, trying to
Awesome, I love it.
I mean, anything to get some sort of like.
I like that.
You're very frozen. Oh no, you're not frozen. You're just smiling.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm just.
You were just like
grinning
perfectly
from all these
posed
fucking
from like a
bowls,
perfect
man.
grin. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's a really
right?
good freeze, Jerry.
We're a long ways in, bro. But no, do this. Here's the thing. Here's what I noticed. Grab your Mighty and your Mighty Plus. Make sure the bowls are empty, okay? And look at them. And the holes under the screens in the Mighty Plus are a little bit bigger than they are in the Mighty.
Yep.
But of course, the two Crafty Pluses are it's the same there. And so that's why I was like, well, if the same difference is in the Crafty Plus, then I should be able to detect it. So I'm going to make sure I don't touch these Mighties and see if I can nail it again. So there's a physical difference, but I don't know, man. So
I will say the differences that I could feel
Awesome.
felt like they were more different at the lower temperatures. So like when I kept my Mighty OG, when I lowered my Mighty OG down to like 358 and did like 358 next to the Mighty Plus is 358. Like I did the temp stepping of the Mighty Plus and then manually kept along with the Mighty OG. I felt like the Mighty OG had the Mighty Plus had like a cleaner and a quicker extraction, and I wasn't sure if it was because my Mighty OG just like has a taste that it just like maintains, like it has like it's so abused that it just keeps putting out vapor of its own signature. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like its character, it's seasoned. Even though I cleaned it recently just for the tests.
Right. Those cooling units will definitely play a unit if you don't do that too. So
I still chalk it up to like newness. Like I know when my Mighty was new, you know, it had like a super crisp, like you take 5 hits and the terps are done at this temperature, and you can identify it clearly and raise the temperature up to the next stage.
yeah.
But as the Mighty gets older, those lines in the bowls get more blurry, you know? For me?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the vape just like picks up its own seasoning over time.
I agree. All right, so vapor-wise, bottom line it for me, Troy. Worthwhile difference or no?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think if anything, a lot of people, or not a lot of people, I think if anything, people will find that the Mighty Plus may taste cleaner over time, and it's probably easier to maintain over time. But if anyone is going to try to say that either vaporizer hits harder or tastes better, they're probably going to say the Mighty OG tastes better or hits harder than the Mighty Plus, if anything.
No shit.
If anything.
Why that one?
Just in terms of taste. Just
Okay.
because of the aluminum. Like, I think aluminum may conduct heat a little better to the herb, and ceramic
Yeah.
is more of an insulator. But that's just gut feeling at this point, you know. Like and I'm just purely saying if anything. Like I'm not saying I feel that, because in my opinion the Mighty Plus hits harder from the convection standpoint. If I take a 30-second inhale with the Mighty Plus, I get more on the back end and more throughout with the Mighty Plus than I do with the Mighty OG.
No shit.
But I can easily attribute that to just new vapeness. It's like a brand new vape, Jerry. My Mighty is a couple years old now, so I can't expect it to always keep up. And I know as my first vape, my first Mighty, as it approached end of life, that's one of the things I noticed. Like taking big bong rips, it would lose more and more temperature at the end of the hit. You know.
So how does your old Mighty, the Mighty you use now, how does that one perform on the back end at this stage in its life?
It's still doing good enough for me to not ever complain about it. You know, it's only.
So you don't notice it.
Well, I don't notice it, but I haven't looked for it.
Yeah.
You know, I did notice it when my first one went to shit, but I haven't noticed it with this one. But we can do that now when we do a side-by-side 410 test. The MightyPlus is gonna get there first, but I'm gonna do your MightyPlus Mighty Time thing. Two fist in here. I loaded them both up.
Yeah, cool.
I'm gonna hit my Mighty OG first this time. You guys, in my Two Fist Thursday video. Did you guys watch my Two Fist Thursday video? You guys in the chat? We got 240 people watching here in the chat. Can we get up to 200 likes? That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, check that out, please, man.
Did you guys all watch my Two Fist Thursday video with the comparison? Because in that video, Jerry, the first hit that I took on the MightyPlus, I intentionally hit it as hard as I could. You know, overachiever style. I just like build up like both of my lungs, you know, and sat up so like I could utilize my entire chest cavity. I filled myself with vapor, and it was such a big ass fucking hit that when I went to the Mighty OG, my body was still recovering and was like, nope, like we're only gonna give you half of a lung. You know, I couldn't take a big hit. So it really made it look like the MightyPlus put out way more vapor, but it was like twice the amount of inhalation, you know. Hopefully I can.
Yeah, if you can do that, I don't know how many people can. Troy, you got an amazing 30-second pull there. That's pretty damn dope. So, fucking dig that. All right. I'm not sure what these. What temp are you starting on? Are you temp stepping now, or are you doing what?
I'm doing everything at 410 now. I did temp stepping with my first MightyPlus sesh.
Now we're jacking it up.
Yeah, now I want to do the deep inhale test, but I want to do Mighty OG first.
Okay.
Fuck, I don't have any water. Cheers.
Yeah, water. Cheers.
I don't have any. I have Mountain Dew, and it's almost out.
All right. Well, I'm packed up for my 4Z here, so I'm gonna load up. While you do that, I'm gonna load up El Jurgen here. We'll call him El Jurgen tonight. With I got a Crafty going. We're gonna have to triple click that one, and another one. Triple click that. These are pluses. My Mighty, I'll have to turn that one up by hand. I'll probably do that here, and then this MightyPlus, we'll get that one going. Troy, you're crushing that shit.
Woo!
And we'll do that.
Dropped it down to 397.
397. Damn, that was a drop. Nice. 397. That's good. Oh, and then I gotta have my shit on here. Am I gonna hit it with this?
Okay. I actually feel really good. My lungs feel good. I'm gonna do a long hit. Probably not as long on the MightyPlus, but that was pretty long. How long was that?
It was fucking long, dude. I loaded up the whole fucking thing on one hit. I looked up and you were just getting going as far as your exhales. So it was fucking packing an El Nino type hit, man. That was ridiculous. We should next time I'll look at the timer and time it for you, man. I'm gonna turn this shit on and get it going. These are gonna go up to 410 as well. This motherfucker ain't got a shot at it. Let's go. And then we're gonna get the MightyPlus going. And we'll get you up to. They're gonna blink. Yeah, okay. So the MightyPlus heated up quicker than the Crafty Pluses, and the MightyPlus went on last.
I underloaded my Mighty. That's what's going on, man.
That fucked it up.
That fucked it up. And I fucked it.
Waiting on you, Mighty. Mighty's almost there. 393. 399. 404. 4. All right, man. Wish me luck, guys.
Felt like, man, my Mighty seems to be under delivering. Sure enough.
Oh, these things are loving it, man. I'm not dropping them but 5 degrees.
It's glorious. That looks glorious. You got 3 of them on there? 4. Oh, you got one on the whip. Whip. Sorry.
MightyPlus on a whip.
Wait, is one of your crafties off?
No, they're both going green. It's flipped around for balance.
Oh, okay. For balance. That's a good idea. You got to balance that thing. You got another slot on there. Why don't you put another Mighty on there?
That's my carb when I finally clear it.
You don't need a carb.
I don't need a 5th vape either.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, fuck me, man. Whoa.
Oh.
Shit.
Oh.
Shit.
Shit.
That's a $1,500 fucking rig or something. With the glass. That's ridiculous. It'll make it go shit.
What? It's gonna make you go
Shit.
shit. I don't know if I want that. I don't need that in my life.
Something's turning off on me. This motherfucker. Why? Oh, you were on temp boost. That's why. The temp boost is timed. Oh. Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, man. We're clouding the place up. Chain hitting this shit.
So, I don't know where we're at in the show notes, Jerry. I got lost.
I can tell you we were supposed to talk about like difference in life.
Oh yeah. So I think the USB is the game changer here, because USB-C is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can charge it in my car now without a special charger. Do you know how many years I went trying to get a car charger for the Mighty, wanting one but not being able to justify it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they were like $30 or whatever, and I was like, fuck. I don't need it. It's more of a it would be nice to have the ability to charge my vape in the car. And then when I finally got one, it was a fucking game changer. I was like, holy shit, it charges fast. I'm no longer like wired to home to charge my Mighty. Like now I can just charge it in the car. Like I told you in the beginning of the show tonight that I lost my Mighty charger, and it doesn't matter because I charge my Mighty in the car now. Like it's
Crazy.
I charge my phone in the car, for that matter. The same thing. Like I never charge my phone inside the house. It just, whenever I'm in the car, I just plug it in and it charges via USB-C, and I'm in the car every day enough. Or it has like the wireless charging as well in the car. Whoa. But now the MightyPlus has the USB-C, and it kind of goes into that same lifestyle groove. Like it's a different type of convenience. Yeah, Percy agrees.
Yeah, he likes it too. He's a USB-C fan. Come here, fucker.
So like with the old Mighty, I always had it plugged in at my desk. I always had the charger here at my desk. And I always knew where the charger was, unless I loaned it out to somebody like Figmo, you know.
Right.
But with USB-C, it doesn't matter. You can just charge it with all your USB-C devices to some degree.
And I love the speed charger thing that you can get in less than or about an hour is dope. Like that's a game changer. Plus that's where you get the pass through charging. So I would always want that speed charger, man. That's killer.
Do you have any other USB-C chargers that are a speed charger, like a 45 watt or a higher watt charger?
I have two. I have the Taffy Bowl, which did not work. And then I have the Hayes Square Pro, which did. That's the one that you did. And I went, cool, I'm going to try that.
The Taffy Bowl, though, is micro still.
Yeah, but the cord is not. So I just put the Mighty USB cord into there because it's a Qualcomm brick and a Qualcomm cord. So I thought, if the Mighty cord's worth of shit, which it's not, so it doesn't work on that. But the You nailed it for me with the haze charger. That thing worked great, fast. Started blinking double time on the charger.
Yeah,
It's
and
kind
it
of cool.
messages like DCT or something, which I'm not sure what that means.
I didn't get that at all. I just got a nice quick. I mean, well, you mean did it real quickly say that, or did it stay there?
Like right when you plug it in, like it does like this little like thing, and then it says
Okay.
DCT, and then it goes into like the charging icon.
Okay. I didn't take note of the letter thingy there. I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
DC. Right on. Well, I'm a fan of the quick charger.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the official one, or maybe a Samsung one, or one from Amazon or something.
Something dope. I saw somebody link to one of those on Amazon. They had like 4 ports. It was like a 45 watt motherfucker. I was like, damn, that thing will take care of this.
I have a
Yeah.
USB charger, like a charging station, like a one that plugs into the wall, but I'm not sure if any of them are like a supercharger capable plug. I don't think they are.
I'm pretty sure mine's not. So I don't know, but I don't think it is. So pretty sure it's not.
I feel like your cat is watching like a moth or something. Like there's like a moth flying around. And
I don't know what he's doing, man. It's kind of funky. What are you looking at, man? You looking right here? Oh, there's a hair. It's your hair. Fucking who knows, man? Fucking Buddha cat. I don't know.
your cat's been inhaling. Like your cat's been in the room hotboxing with you. Now your cat's all fucked up.
Yeah. Well, Troy, I want to know if you look for and see the differences that I felt in terms of airflow and vapor temperature on your mouth between the two. If you just focus on that at some point, because if it is a little different, then people with sensitive lungs might want to give it another look. But I don't know that it's that different. I think it's subtle at best. You didn't report anything, so it must not be much there.
The difference in temperature.
And airflow, yeah.
Yeah, I think the differences are very subtle.
Yeah.
It's like slicing the differences between like a 2020 and a 2021 Dynavap M. You know, it's like you have to really know the vaporizer to even see and taste the difference, you know, and figure out what's happening. It's a subtle thing.
I agree. Yeah. So that means it comes down to, if the vapor's pretty much the same, are the changes worth the extra $50, let's say? Because that's the difference in general. So
That's what the difference is.
yeah, you got USB-C, arguably a slightly brighter screen, but I'm not going to say they didn't tout it, so I'm not going to say it is as far as a feature. So really USB-C and the bowl, the feet.